Why don't you talk about this Terminator Genisys trailer I know nothing about and give zero shits about?
Thanks for making it interesting for our audience. This was a movie that was interesting just because I totally forgot they were making it. So sometimes, it's not usual. It doesn't usually happen that huge blockbuster movies you totally forget they're making them. Then you see the trailer come out, and you're like, wow, that came out of nowhere. But Terminator Salvation came out like 3 years ago to mixed reviews. It had Sam Worthington in it, who to me is the most blandest action star alive, and Christian Bale, who got more famous for yelling at the lights guy. He was like, "Get the fuck off the set, you idiot!" Like, it was hysterical. It showed how insane Christian Bale was. Yep. He went on like a 10-minute rant about the lighting guy.
That's all I know about that movie.
He was like, "Oh, you're a nice guy. We're fucking done professionally." That's like basically what he was saying to this guy. This poor lighting guy got in the way of a shot. Anyway, so Terminator Salvation comes out, which basically takes place after the nukes get set off in Terminator Land, where the nukes Skynet decides that humans are the threat, which we always are. Kills all of us, but it's right before the T-800 skeleton monster machines come out to try to eliminate all. It's like that weird in between period. There's big, huge robots that are being created by Skynet to kill us, but we don't see the T-800 endoskeletons yet. This movie skips past Christian Bale to an extent, and now we're at the point where it's the future war.
I was going to say, this is supposed to be the future
war. Now we're
right?
at the future war that you see at the beginning of the first Terminator movie, and then Terminator 2, the flashbacks, the point where they send back the Terminators. This is what we wanted to see. I never saw all of Terminator Salvation just because I didn't give a shit about that. Right. I wanted to see the laser guns that they have, and you have those huge, basically the T2 arcade game. We want to see that shit. This is what this movie is. You think. The trailer comes out, then all of a sudden, it's a clusterfuck mix of Terminator 1 and 2, where everyone's sending back multiple Terminators back to the point of maybe after Terminator 1, but before Terminator 2. It seems they send back another Arnold, but maybe there's still the Arnold T-800 that existed still, who's older. They send back another T-1000 as a cop with liquid metal. And it looks like, to me, a remake of both Terminator 1 and 2, with tons of action, with set pieces that looked exactly the same as the first two movies. And the first thing I thought was, I really have no inclination of seeing this movie at all. It looks like they rehashed the other two movies so much that it really became, this is the definition of an unnecessary sequel.
Right.
When you literally have the same plot elements from Terminator 1 and 2, the same villains from Terminator 1 and 2, and you have Arnold back in. And I love seeing Arnold back in movies. Like to see him back acting. He's iconic.
It is like I am coming all the time.
Yeah.
Fucking Arnold.
Sure. But that was his old quote, that's right, when he's working out with his muscle.
Working out.
The blood through the veins, So, again, go watch the trailer and see that for somehow also, I guess we're still 5 or 6 months after the movie, the T-1000 effects of liquid metal didn't look any better than 1991 somehow. But that shows you just how well, I guess, James Cameron was working on the effects back then. But not much more else to say about Terminator Genisys. It looks a lot more interesting than Terminator's whatever it was, Salvation, or whatever the fuck it was from a few years ago. Am I even saying the name of it? Or was that the TV show? I always forget there was a Terminator TV show for 2 years that I saw one episode of.
There's Terminator 3 as well. That was a great film.
That was actually not bad.
Are you fucking kidding me? That was awful.
Not bad.